Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Special thank you to our sponsors of The Experience Live with Russ and Scott, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams in Lebanon, Oregon. For more information, go to teamgillette.com. And the Aging Better Network with Christine Smith. For more information, go to agingbetternetwork.com. And now your host, Russ and Scott. Ta-da! And here we are, your hosts, Russ and Scott, for another experience on The Experience Live with Russ and Scott.
I love that you get to introduce us as us.
That's it. There you go.
And now your hosts, us.
There you go, us. And here we are. Yes, always trying to make things fun and exciting. So, Scott, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a big week. You know, it's the new month, right? New month. And so I've got end of the month reports, invoicing to do for clients, that stuff, and getting my taxes done. So that's very patriotic of me, but I'd like to get those taxes done. And then we start packing because we fly out on Friday and we'll be down in Texas. So we're flying to Dallas. Reach out if you're in the Dallas area, if you're in Waco, if you are in Houston's, San Antonio, even Austin, reach out. We would love to meet in 3D, as my wife says. But we'll be going down. It's our 40th wedding anniversary coming up in August. So this is a big trip to go see the eclipse. And then we'll be speaking at the Social Media Breakfast with Cammie Hoysa down in Houston on a week from Friday. And then we'll finish up the following week and the Texas Library Association conference, where we'll be doing book signings. Look, I've got a set of Sharpies. I've got 4 book signings scheduled. And of course, we've got networking for students and business networking, the scientific method. Oh my goodness, talking too much. You go.
Yes. Well, it's an exciting time. I mean, I'm so excited for you. And Kermit's excited. There you go.
Absolutely.
No, I think that is what a blessing. Be able to go down there, see some great friends, do some things with the book. I mean, how amazing. And I am just excited and kind of a little jealous that I'm not going to be down there with you guys.
Yeah, and so the new show, which is now over a month old, The Experience Local, on Mondays at 9 a.m., broadcast on all these fine channels. And the audio then replays at 6 p.m. on 790 a.m. KWIL. And I won't be live with Russ on Monday because that's when the eclipse is going on. So I won't be. It'll be the Experience Local live with Russ and
our guest, which happens to be Greg Bolton this coming week, which will be great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just really blessed, Scott, not only to do this show, but to be able to do the new show with you. We're having so much fun. We got some of our merch here, got our mugs, and these new mugs for the Experience Local are incredibly nice. So super excited about that.
And those are what, $125 plus shipping, something like that.
That's something like that. Yeah. And we also have some cool giveaways that we're going to talk about later. We're putting together. So there's going to be some fun things with that, which will be available to any of you online as well as local on radio. By the way, the whole idea of that show that Scott and I was to focus on believers in business, local sponsors, but we want to encourage you, and we want the online viewers still to come. Just because it's local, there is so much value in the local people in our community.
Mhm.
And we want to encourage you to do the same thing in your community. How do you learn to do that? Just watch us, see what we're doing. That's what we've done. We watched other people and learned what they're doing. We're just sharing the love. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're very inspirational stories. Every guest that we have has been very inspirational, encouraging, uh, not unlike today on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott.
Oh my goodness, talk about encouraging. We have two amazing ladies today
Mhm.
that are so encouraging, and I'm really excited about that. But before we get to them, I just want to remind everybody we are here at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure every week. And this gets converted to podcast as well, audio podcast, and you can listen on iTunes, Spotify, all of that after this show airs. This show also sits on the platforms Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube for infinity
Mhm.
and beyond, like forever. So you can go back and watch it. Please engage today, and please engage no matter when you're watching. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag replay. Let us know what you're doing. And before the show, we have the great backstage, the Experience Live backstage with Shree, Scott, and Russ, all of us. And Shree out of Houston, Texas, an amazing friend, gives video tips, give you some really value in a short little snippet. Have so much fun. But I also want to remind you, please join us on YouTube and subscribe to our page at theexperience.video, because there is so much value up there from past clients and customers that we have had on the show, people that have been amazing that you can glean so much from. And we'd love it if you would open a separate tab, type in the experience.video and subscribe today and be part of that. And Scott, with that, I think we should move forward and get our guests in the show.
Yeah, let's get to the fun part of the show.
There you go. All right. We're going to start with CJ, Dr. Constance Leyland, who is a whirlwind, and she is here and ready to roll today. Hey, CJ.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We
Good.
are great. It's
I'm gonna say
hard
a little
to,
more than a whirlwind.
well, I would say she's more than a whirlwind. Yes. CJ, start off by telling everybody who doesn't know you, which is not too many people, who is Dr. Constance Leyland and what are you up to?
I'm a mother. I'm a best friend. Titles, there's just way too many. What I do love to tell you is that I am a leader, and I really truly believe that the greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the great things, but the one that gets the people to do greatest things, right? And also, it's not about being in charge, but it's about taking care of those who are in charge. And for me, I do a lot of things, but two things for my business is course creation for the entrepreneurship who don't have the budget. We all know all those founders, including myself. And then, of course, the leaders who are already in top of their game, but they need brand awareness. So that's really what I do. So I teach, I go to school. I still go to school for my 5th degree in psychology. I publish now officially. I'm a publisher, hoping to get our books in Barnes and Nobles. It's a lot going on in there. Just launched a magazine, and also I do premium magazines all over the world for your PR and brand awareness.
Wow. Wow. Scott?
Yeah, I love it. It's I love seeing the pictures of the people behind you because, as you said, uh, inspiring people to greatness is really what you've been doing. So, talk about why you have these faces behind you.
Yeah. So recently, I say February, we went into this. Well, okay. First of all, I was thinking of legacy. That's why I was born. Morning, Willie J. I was thinking of legacy. I said, the greatest people out there, all the greats have their own books and have their own story. And I've met so many great people during my podcast, because I also have a live stream, a TV show, a radio show, you name it. And I said, okay, how do we create legacies? That's literally how this thing is born. Because I have ADHD, I think of, okay, how about this? How about this? How about this? And I'm like, CJ, just calm down. Let's do one thing at a time. So I did MP3 for about almost 2 years. I was like, okay. Then I'm like, books is the way to go. And I try to do books, and someone quoted me $30,000. I'm like, do I look like I have money and I shake trees and money comes out? No. So I find ways to literally gather everybody in a budget friendly manner so we all can have legacies. And this is my fourth anthology, actually, but this is my very first one where I'm the publisher, Level Up Academy. And so what I do is I gather everybody, but I am all about story more than anything, right? Because each one of us has thousands of stories to do it. But I want to get your story, just one story, one chapter, where it inspires not only you, but other people and what you're going through. Because both of you started your business, the experience, the Russ, the marketing, because you experienced something in your life that inspired both of you to do what you do today so that you could inspire others. That's what I want to do for other people, to show up for themselves. So this 26 other co-authors showed up for themselves and said, okay, let's do it. In 12 hours, when we released this book, we were #1 international best-selling authors in 5 countries. Most of my anthology is about 3 countries, 2 countries. This one literally went out in 5. I was like, wow, let's repeat that again, right? And Russ is in there. Scott, you need to be on the next one, right? Just do with the group, because it's so fun to do collaboration. It really is.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's all
I
about
was gonna,
collaboration.
yeah, I'm sorry, Scott. I
Go
talked right
ahead.
over you. I was just going to say that it's such a blessing to be part of this book with you and CJ. We've been on a couple together now. Out of the last 4 that you and I have done, 3 of them, yeah, we've been together, and so that's been an amazing journey. And we have some of our authors in the audience today, in the comments, which is great. Dr. News here, and Willie is here, and Susanna. And so blessed, the people that were in there, and they're my little picture off to the side of CJ on the book there. And yeah, what a blessing. It was so much fun. And I think this is so important. Scott, I'll let you jump back in. Working with people that know what they're doing and help put this thing together, like you, CJ, makes it easier for everybody, right, Scott?
Yeah, I just want to ask CJ about the legacy aspect, because this is one of the reasons why I encourage people to write books. And can be intimidating to sit down and think, I've got to write a whole book myself. But to be able to do a collaborative book, what does that mean for somebody's legacy?
That's a good question. When you are surrounding yourself with people that have the same goal to change the world, everything I do, and I mean everything, is going back to my own mission, which is to level up the world through education. And education doesn't mean you go to college. Education means life. I don't know everything, right? I know some things, but imagine if I collaborated with these souls, 27 of us, minimum 40, 50 years, times 27. That's a lot of experiences that you can gather, right? Legacy just means, what have you done in your life? What's your skid mark that your great, 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 great grandkids can see? Forget the accolades, forget the money. What have you done for other people?
Mm-hmm.
When you die, you take everything you've got on that grave, but leaving a little piece of you to the world and to your family. Said, wow, my great grandma did this, even though she has ADHD. Wow. I think I have something wrong with me. I can still do things. That's what I want people to
Mm-hmm.
do. Right. And I'm speechless when I read everyone's story. And it broke me, literally. Inspired me, but broke me, because the story that they gave me, each one of them, some of them are super personal that no one ever even knew about. For them to trust me with their story and said, CJ, this is my legacy right here. Can you please take care of it? That means a lot to me, more than anything that anyone can ever imagine. For me to bring you up to the world and said, hello, let's talk about it. And this is the only anthology that you will ever see that doesn't stop from just printing the book. I'm taking them to my TV show throughout the year, by the way. And I don't stop there. I'm taking them to Powell's, to your local bookstores right there in Oregon. I'm taking them to Barnes and Nobles. I'm taking them beyond Amazon. I saw limitations at Amazon, by the way. I said, you know what? Forget you. I'll have you for a minute. Forget you. I'm leveling up every single one of these authors to the world, even bigger space, to your local universities, to your little mom and pop shops. I'm bringing you there. Whether they know what I'm doing or not, it doesn't matter. Because what I'm doing is my mission to level up the world through education. And it's not just even about these authors anymore. It's about the people who will be inspired by their story. So that's what legacy means to me.
Well, I think it's so amazing because we worked on the last project before yours here. I Am Your Legacy, a note to my family. And that's really what got me thinking before we rolled into this one about that more, really thinking of what are you leaving? And the fact that we can leave part of ourselves in these books is such an amazing, amazing opportunity. And to be with people like you, CJ, that have no limit. You do not have any ceiling. You tend to just skyrocket continually. And I love that about you. You just keep rolling and you keep thinking, and that curious mind of yours keeps you moving. So what other things besides, you got another anthology coming up, right?
Yes, it's gonna be with Susanna always. I love partnering with her because she doesn't say no to me much. She's like, okay. I'm like, oh, let's go. And I know I have crazy ideas, and she just has this smile, like, okay, because she knows that I will never, anybody on my team, I don't drop the ball. And if I do drop the ball, because I am human, I will take it on and say, I apologize, but let's move on. What's the solution? We don't focus on the problems. We'll always have problems. There's no other project that there's no problems. We'll always have problems, but we don't focus on it. We're like, okay, what's the solution? And we don't think, we go beyond the box. That's what our next anthology is, moving beyond the box, a self journey to discovery, right? And I just created with Susanna our book cover. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. It starts in May. And it's the same setup as what I did, because we're a team, and we're still going to continue on putting people on TV shows. And the reason I do that, it's because you shouldn't be the best kept secret, right? And brand awareness is all about showing up for people and showing them, why did you write this book? It's enough that you read the book, but then getting to know, hey, Russ, why did you write a chapter with us? What did you got to share and inspire the world, right?
Yeah, it gets you really thinking. It really does. And you know what? We are blessed to have another wonderful guest on this show. My little sis, Dr. Nupi Aurora, is coming in the house. Here we go. Hey, Nupi.
What? I miss you.
Hi, thank you for having me on. Sorry I was late.
No
I
problem.
feel a glitter explosion in the
Yes.
comments happening right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
She has jumped on for energy. So here we go, Nupi. You ready? Wind that up, and we are going to have you tell everybody who is the amazing glitter practitioner. What are you up to?
So I am Dr. Nupi. I am a GP, family physician in the UK, and I am a speaker. I am a spiritual life coach as well, and I am passionate about sharing the merit really of true holistic care, which is mind, body, and soul, combining all of this within the conventional medical model of care. And it's transformational. It really is. And that is what I have to share with the world. And through my F list, through this holistic prescription I created, that's exactly how I do that. So that is me in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, we were blessed not long ago to all be together in person.
Yes.
And what a great time. What a great time we had, being able to really, like, Scott is getting ready to go to Texas to be with some of our good friends. Having you come
Wow.
over here, Doopy, was amazing and just a blessing, because I think that CJ, like we talked about, all the things you can do with people online, it's so amazing, but
Yeah.
it's just not the same as being in person with them.
Yeah.
And so moving towards those things are always great. So, Noopy, give us a little bit more about the Glitter Practitioner. And you have an amazing show, I understand.
Yes, that's right. So
With a
my
remarkable
amazing
producer.
Yeah.
my amazing show is produced none other than by you. So thank you. I love doing my show. I really, really do. The Glitter Practitioner. So this all came about really because GP, general practitioner, family physician, I changed it to glitter because I am obsessed with glitter. I really am. And it's always been for me, when I'm with my patients or clients, when I hold that space and whatever's going on, be it physical health, combining getting to the root cause of what's really driving these symptoms, just even doing a few cycles of box breathing, when I see that light coming back in somebody's eyes, that's the true glitter. And it's beautiful. It is and it never ever fails to. I get angel goosebumps always, and it's beautiful, and that's what makes me all glittery and happy. And also,
Glittery and giggly.
yeah, and also it was also from what my patients would receive, and they would say, "Oh, it's like we've been sprinkled with magic glitter, and your words are like magic. It's like you literally are sprinkling glitter." So that is where that actually came from, and it wasn't a brand thing at all. It was very much who I am and how I share my golden nuggets, my glittery nuggets with patients, clients, friends, whoever.
Yeah.
It's your soul essence. It's that energy, isn't it? That's how I see and feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want
it's
to
that.
tie together this moving beyond boxes, because the two of you are not limited by artificial constraints.
No. And that's so important because that takes courage. It really does. And it takes a lot of understanding yourself, your values, your needs, and what your passions are. What is your mission and your purpose? And moving beyond that confinement, fuck that for a laugh. No, I am not going to be boxed in here and be told, no, you have to do it this way. This is beyond the remit. Says who? I will challenge that, because when it comes down to health, you can't not care enough. It's ludicrous. I'm not saying let's be all Mother Teresa and heal the world and all of that. No. But if I'm with somebody at that moment of time and I know and I can see and I can read and I can feel it, too bloody right, I will hold that space and delve, because 9 times out of 10, the root cause is the reason why this client is presenting in the first place. It's a manifestation.
Right. Yep.
And it can change people's trajectories. And that's my why, essentially.
Yeah.
I've been given the knowledge, the wisdom, my own experiences, which I then share. It's not mine to keep at all. It's mine to actually share, which is why I came onto LinkedIn. Right. And it's go beyond what you think the societal norms, whatever, say. Have that courage to truly be yourself, no matter what you're doing in your career, whatever it is you're doing. Be that bestest, bold, just don't hold yourself back, is what I would say. And yes, exactly. What Susanna's, her whole program is about, let's move beyond these limitations. Because whose limitations are they? Are they mine? Are they yours? Are they somebody else's opinions? Fuck off, quite frankly.
And I
I've
want
had
to
a
jump in
really
there.
I've had a really irritating
I love
few
it.
hours.
I've got to
Can
jump
you
in there.
tell?
I got
Sorry.
to beep. It's the
I
beep
had to
time.
get that out of my
Uh,
system. Sorry, yes.
No,
It's
I
been
want to drop it down to
shite.
CJ real quickly
Sorry.
here about the new anthology coming up, Moving Beyond the
Mhm.
Boxes. Tell us a little bit about that, CJ.
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's another series of Beyond Boundaries, right? This is Beyond Boundaries. You see the little hint that we're doing here? We started with thriving in life's gray zone because we're done with surviving. We literally just said surviving. Okay, that was yesterday. Today we are thriving in our
Hell
adversity.
yes.
I don't care what problems we
Exactly.
have. We have lots of problems, but why focus on the problem? We can focus on the solution. Are you with me, people? That's what I did for this one. Then with moving beyond boxes, we're saying, okay, we went beyond boundaries, right? We went to that fence. There's still boxes everywhere in our society. It's like time bomb. What do? We need to move beyond that. And so we're calling on Author School to say, hey, come join us. If you have societal norms telling you what to do, where to do, how to breathe, how to look, and in one point of your life, how did you go move beyond that box? And that's what the Author School is all about.
Yeah,
It starts in May 1st, guys. May 1st. Okay. Yes.
May 1st. Yeah. And I just think that it's amazing the things that you are doing and continuing to do, pushing the envelope, getting out there and really breaking through, breaking new ground and doing amazing things. I'm just blessed to have been part of this last one with you guys and the other ones we've done together, CJ and Noopy, of course, my little sis, always blessed to be with you. But I got to say, we're getting to the point where we're winding the show up for today. So being the responsible host, Noopy, we're going to start with you and have you just really give everybody your glittery nugget of the day. And then how do they get in touch with you?
My glittery nugget of today is honor your emotions, honor what's going on. If I've just literally come on, I'm sorry I was late. I've not had bestest of days today so far, but I've effed it off. And this is just, pressure release. So, however, you don't have to start swearing, everybody, but recognize and acknowledge what's going on. Tune in and just take a few moments to acknowledge it, accept it, allow whatever's going on and F it off then. And then, right, okay, let's move on.
Right.
Recenter. Yes. That is my golden nugget. F it off, focus, breathe, and flip. There we go. That's what I've been doing.
People get in touch with you too. How do people get in touch with you today?
So you can get hold of me on LinkedIn. You can direct message me and through my Calendly link. And if you can't get hold of me, just get hold of Russ Hedge at russhedge.com because he gets hold of me. And you can find me every Monday I can't speak. On live with the Glitter Practitioner on Mondays, 8 p.m. GMT. The clocks have synced now, so I'm not confused anymore. Oh my goodness me, how confused
You're not
was I
confused
last week?
anymore?
No.
That is a bold statement.
Thank you. I was confusion central all of last week. So I was just like, what do you mean it's happening now? I missed Russ's show, thinking I was all ready as well. I'm like, oh man, I just totally missed it. Anyway, and yes, it's 8 p.m. GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. So that's how you can find me.
Sounds
Just
great. Awesome.
Reach out.
CJ, you're up next.
Sure. My golden nugget that I've learned is to handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. And to get a hold of me, well, I'm everywhere. Just Google Constance Leland. I'm sure you'll find me. But mainly, guys, I'm almost at 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. I need to hit 60,000. So help me. And you can find me on YouTube, Lua by Doc Leland. And then, of course, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok. I just went on TikTok and I went from like nothing to 6,000 people. I was like, okay, I got to keep going with those videos.
Wow.
So please find me anywhere you want. but mostly I hang out on LinkedIn. So if you need me, just get a hold of me on LinkedIn, or Russ will get a hold of me too. And
it.
all my sisters that's in here, Dr. Anu, Susanna, they have my cell phone direct line to me. So go ahead and just DM them if you can't get a hold of me.
There you go. Well, you two are amazing, and we're so thankful that you were joined us today. And we're gonna say goodbye for now, but there's so much more in the future ahead. Say goodbye for now, but hang tight in the green room for just a second. Scott and I'll be right there. Okay.
So May is going to come very fast. So for people that are interested in being a part of the anthology, I would recommend that they reach out to Susanna or CJ, or to the master connector, the hub of the world, Mr. Russ Hedge, russhedge.com, Russ at russhedge.com, and make sure you connect with him.
Yeah, no, I just appreciate you, Scott, but I appreciate CJ and Noopy for all that they're doing and what a blessing they are to the world and to me. And we just want to remind you that we have amazing people like CJ and Noopy every week on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. And this not only goes live at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time every week, but then it sits on the platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube for infinity and beyond. That's right, forever. It's there, and you can watch it as a video podcast. But there's more. Wait, if you don't have time to watch on video, guess what? You can listen on audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. And wait, there's more. If you miss little bits of it, at times parts of it gets repurposed, or you can join our YouTube page, which we would love to have you part of. To go to our YouTube page and subscribe, go to the experience.video, the experience.video, and Scott and I have a new page, landing page for all that we're doing, local.theexperience.video, based on our new exciting show, The Experience Local, live with Russ and Scott, that broadcasts live on AM 790 here in Oregon in the Willamette Valley, but it's also on social media. And so you've got to check that out and see what you can do in your community.
So for all of those people that are interested, what Russ has been doing here in marketing terms is called value stacking. Not only do you see it on LinkedIn, which all of the critics agree, by the way, that the Experience Live with Russ and Scott is on LinkedIn, as well as YouTube and Facebook. So
it's everywhere. We're almost, I would say CJ is pretty much everywhere. We're getting there slowly but surely. Yeah. And so soon to launch to a big screen near you, the movie, The Experience Live with Russ and Scott, should be coming out soon. So anyway, it's funny because that sounds funny, but I was talking to CJ the other day. She's talking about Beyond Boundaries. She's talking all kinds of things that include things like that. And so I'm thinking,
these stories that are in the book, as she said, they just slayed her, right? People's stories are remarkable, and so many people believe that they lead these like plain vanilla lives and no one would be interested until they start sharing their story.
That's right.
And then it turns out that inspires somebody else to share their story, and so forth and so on. Just like the shampoo commercial of the 70s.
Well, and it's interesting. On a last note, before we wrap it up for today, my latest book out. Scott's got his new book out on networking for students. My latest book out is Perspectives on Cancer, Volume 2, which I don't have one to hold up to you right now, but I do have one that I can show you right here because I stuck it in here, I think. Yes. I did. No, I didn't. I got everybody excited and I forgot. Okay. Anyway, the point is that it's all based on Tim Sohn, who took time to share his cancer story and is inspiring myself and so many other people to share their stories. And so whatever your story is today, whether it's cancer, whether it's other life circumstances, whatever you've got going on, it is a story that people need for inspiration today. And with that, we're going to wrap things up for today. Remember, we're here every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And before this, we're on the Experience Backstage Live with Russ and Scott and Shri. And so please join us there. And I think with that, Scott, we're going to say goodbye.
All right. We'll see you all in Texas.
Okay. See you, everybody. Have a
Enjoy
good
the
week.
experience.
Woohoo!
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.